Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you again with another weekly video, and this is the last video for 2017. So it is New Year's Eve today, tomorrow it will be 2018, and so it's been a good year. Before I get into what I found this week, which unfortunately I didn't find any chase pieces this week, but I got my stats here for how I did. I did track every chase that I found this year, so we're just going to go over a couple of statistics for the beginning of this episode here. Basically, I found 46 chases this year, which I'm not sure how it compared to last year, and I forgot to kind of look all that stuff up. I have it like in a calendar. This time I actually kept it in a spreadsheet, so it was easy to track. So anyway, I found 46 chase pieces this year. My best month was August. Which usually, I think last year, August was not a good month for me in finding stuff. I found 9 chase pieces in August. I got skunked 2 months out of the year this last year. That was January and October. So I hope I have a better January in 2018 than I did in 2017. We'll see what happens. And then, so my best score, I scored 2 White Lightnings and a Gold Strike and 1 visit to Toys R Us. That was pretty sweet. That was in August. I also scored in that same month 4 Green Machines at one time at Toys R Us, and I think that's my highest number of chase pieces found at one store at one time. So there's that. So how does it break down? My 46 chase pieces, by far, Green Machines killed it with 17. I found 17 Green Machines last year, which is pretty interesting considering the fact I only have one store I can really go to score Green Machines at. But I found 17 of them. I found 11 Supers last year. Most of them were not very good. I found, let's see, I found like 3 of the 16 Angels, like a Velocita, or whatever it is, some garbage ones. And I did find a couple of cool ones too in the tail end there when I found the 2 Fairlady Z's, and I did find 3 of the 2018 C-Case Porsche. So that was pretty cool. Next up is White Lightnings. I found 7 White Lightnings this last year. And then I found 7 M2 chase pieces last year. And then 3 Ultra Reds and 1 Gold Strike. So definitely the Ultra Reds for some reason have just been tough. I've opened a lot of cases of Auto World and in the wild, or I guess off of pallets at Walmart's, and just haven't had a great amount of luck scoring. Best piece of the year, not Wild Find, but the best piece, of course, added to my collection this year is this Auto World Raw, which I got in a trade from local buddy Jeremy Bolter, at Jeremy Bolter on Instagram. Check him out if you guys don't know him. He just scored a pretty awesome piece this week. He actually scored the Snap-on Skyline this week, which is a very hard Skyline to find, Hot Wheels Skyline. And he scored it and got just an unbelievable price on the Snap-on set that had that car in it. Anyway, so hit him up for that if you guys are interested. I think he's interested in trading that. Alright, so there is that. And so that's my stats for the year. Like I said, overall, pretty decent year. I would like to get 52 chases. That's 1 chase a week. That would be the goal. Let's see how much hunting I'm able to do this upcoming year, with another baby coming and all of that. So, alright, so without further ado, let's get back into Diecast. eBay purchase. I got this from my favorite Japanese eBay seller. This is a Lamborghini Diablo SV, and this thing is sweet. This is the headlights popped open version. I will unscrew this from the base. This is a CM's diecast. So it's kind of like a Kyosho, but it's not a Kyosho. And I will go ahead and unscrew this from the base. We'll take a close look at that in the second segment of the video. I made another eBay purchase. This was from, I don't remember the eBayer's name. But anyway, I think New Wheels, I think it is. Anyway, so I picked up this Johnny Lightning because it was like $1. And I thought that was cool. So it was a Citation. We'll go ahead and open up that. And then I picked up the Mio Exclusive America's Finest Mustang with California Highway Patrol livery. We'll open this in the second half and take a look at that. And then when we open that, I will also open the other two MJ Exclusive Mustangs that I have. This Texaco one and this Shell one. And we'll just pull them all out and take a look at them. Why not? It's a good time to open those other two. I did also get the two MJ Exclusive, or Miho Exclusive Datsun 280ZXs, 10th Anniversary Edition. These are one of 2,400, one in gold and one in red. So picked those up. Oh yeah, this one, by the way, is limited to 3,600, and so are these other two. These are also limited to 3,600. So actually kind of a high production number, as of what recent auto worlds tend to be. Let's see here. Did go to Toys R Us, and they got one case of Johnny Lightning, and it was a new muscle car series. I believe this is 2017 release 4. So it's coming a little late in 2017, but I picked up these three cars. You got a Corvette there, the Chevy, and then another Chevy Impala. So we're going to open up all of these in the second segment. These are limited to 2,000 pieces each. I believe these are set version A. Yep, so they're version A. So there will be a version B of those vehicles released as well. Let's see. Also from Toys R Us. I think this is from Toys R Us. Yeah. I picked up this 5-pack finally. So I really got it mostly just because of the VW in it. We will open it up though in the second half and take a look at each one of these cars. Even that kind of silly one up at the top there, the Mad Splash. So there's that. And other than that, let's see, I got a Christmas gift from my buddy Chris. He got me this Maisto design, which is cool that he got me this one because I don't have this one. I think I've got a couple of these Maisto designs. I've seen this one a bunch of times, and I've always wanted to pick it up, but I just never did. And, you know, I'm a VW collector, at least a VW bus collector and bug collector, so I had to pick that up. And then he also picked me up this 124 scale M2 Volkswagen. Now, I don't collect M2 per se, and I really don't collect 124 scale at all. I do not collect 124 scale. I just don't. It's just too big. It's too much for the collection. But this I will definitely keep. It was a gift. We're going to definitely just open it up and take a look at it. So this will be the first 124 scale car on my channel. So I'll get this all unboxed and off the base and all that, and we'll take a look at it. So pretty neat. And I gotta say, I also did run into the new Auto Japan 124 scale pieces from M2, and I did not pick up any of them. I didn't find a chase or anything, so if I would have found a chase, obviously I would have picked it up and flipped it. But definitely those were tempting, very tempting to pick up. But like I said, I don't collect 124 scale or 118 scale or anything above 164 for that matter. So there you go. This will be the one piece that's in my collection that I think I'll display it on my desk. So it'll be pretty sweet. Not at work, just my desk here. But yeah, so there is that. And then I got a small little package in the mail that says Merry Christmas on it. That came from Dano. Dano is a viewer of my channel on YouTube. He also works for a radio station here in Wisconsin, so he's a fellow Wisconsinite, so that's pretty cool. Inside of there were just a couple of pieces. He just threw me this Camaro. We got this cool Ferrari 308, this Race Bait 308. It's a color shifter. I actually don't have this one, and I do collect this casting, so thank you very much for that, Dano. This guy right here, the 80s Firebird. I don't think I've got this version of that either, so that's really cool to have, and this is another casting I collect. This weird LAPD, I think this is a Maisto, yeah, it's a Maisto Mercedes van. Kind of a neat little piece. I might do a custom out of this one. It's kind of beat up, but maybe I'll do something fun with that. I don't know. I got to get back into customizing. I really haven't done anything lately. It's just, you know, obviously it's freezing cold outside where I'm at right now. In fact, this last week it got down into some severe negative temperatures, and I don't think it's going to be, warming up anytime soon, so it's not like I can go outside and paint. And then this one's really cool, this Matchbox Volkswagen Transporter Ambulance. That's pretty cool. It's kind of an older Matchbox casting. It's got an opening rear bit there, but we'll buzz it by the camera in the second half. And that's going to be it. So that's all I found this week. We'll go ahead and turn her around, take a look at all this stuff, crack some stuff open as usual, and continue to chat about Diecast. Alright, let's start by taking a look at this 124 scale 1952 VW Beetle Deluxe, which is release 59 for 124 scale M2s. And I don't know if that's just for the VW release 59. I don't really know how they number their releases. But here it is. It's got a lot of weight to it. It is pretty heavy. We got opening doors. There's that guy. Opening door over here. That side mirror. It's got one side mirror on it, and I reckon it's very, very fragile. And speaking of things being fragile, I suppose we should check this too. Do the seats move around or anything like that? No, they're just static in there. Steering wheel is static. Dashboard appears to be fairly detailed. There's a rear view mirror up there, so that's pretty detailed. Yeah, I already broke it. So that's alright. You just have to get out the glue and glue this bumper piece back on. How did I break it? Well, I broke it by shutting the engine compartment. So there it is, with this bumper in the correct position. And by the way, there's the green light casting of this also suffers from the same problem. Not the 124, the regular 164 scale casting. You can't shut the back because the back hatch thing bumps the bumper. So I was trying to shut it and bend it down, and of course snapped the bumper right there. So sorry, Chris, I already broke your gift, but I will fix it, and it should be really easy to fix. So just a little dab of glue, and that will do it. I don't know if I'm going to keep this rear hatch open when I display it or not. The motor is very detailed in there, at least pretty detailed. You got a belt and all that good stuff. So there it is. The rear taillights are painted. We got some extra pieces on the bottom here. Looking at the base. Oh, the wheels do turn. Oh, and we got another issue. My wheel just broke. Yeah, see, and this is why, part of the reason why I don't collect M2 guys is because they just seem to have some quality issues, or things are very fragile, and that's another reason why I don't collect 124. This, of course, is going to be fixable as well. But I don't know if you can see that right there, the little pin that controls the steering came out of that part right there. So that'll need to be fixed. Oh yeah, I guess the steering wheel does actually turn with the wheels of the car. So that is pretty cool. The steering wheel does turn in there, which is a feature that a lot of larger scale vehicles have. So pretty cool. Got the door opening, and then this is probably my favorite part right here. You got a spare tire in the front. The front headlamps are definitely lensed, and they look great. I got a little yellow tint to them. So yeah, I think all in all, it's a pretty cool piece. Like I said, I'm not a 124 scale collector, but this will look nice in my collection since I have a lot of VW Beetles. Old style Beetles, so I just got to fix that bumper and fix that down there, which actually shouldn't be very hard to do at all. This one I won't even need glue. I just got to pop this little thing back into where it's supposed to be, and that'll be good to go. I don't know if I did that or if that was like that in the package, but there you go. Not a huge fan of fragile diecast, but that's okay. This thing I'll probably just screw it to the base too, so it'll sit on its little platform. And that's how it will be displayed. So, pretty neat. Thank you, Chris, for this. I really appreciate it. And then sticking with him for a second, this is also part of his Christmas gift to me. We got this cool little VW Maisto, kind of a Maisto hitch and tow series. These are pretty neat. All painted detail on this bus. I believe the rear bit opens. Yes, it does. So that opens to reveal the engine inside. Pretty neat. This is always a casting I wanted to throw headlights in. I actually do have one that is It's got the holes drilled for it. I just haven't got any further. And then here's your trailer. This trailer is actually plastic on the side. It's got a metal top, and everything else is plastic. So that's kind of interesting that the one piece of metal is actually the roof of the trailer. Scale-wise, they kind of look goofy next to each other, but still a little cool piece to add to the collection. So thank you much for that. So there's that guy. Real quick, here's another gift for Christmas. This is from Dano. Here's that oddball kind of Mercedes Maisto van. Got a little bit of suspension to it, so that's kind of cool. Then the Matchbox Ambulance. This one's got a little suspension to it as well, and an opening rear bit. This one's in pretty good shape. There that is. Pretty neat. And then your Race Bait 308. Fairly decent shape for a color shifter. These ones are pretty hard. The older color shifters with metal bodies are pretty hard to find in good shape. A lot of them are very, very chipped up. I don't think that paint really withstood play very well. So there's that. And then this 80s Firebird. Pretty sweet. A couple of dings here and there, but this will be a nice little addition to my Firebird collection. So thank you, Dano. Alright, moving on. We got this guy is probably my favorite find of the week, and I'm actually going to lower this camera here just a little bit and take a look at this. So this is CM's Diecast. CM's 164, which mostly I think they make more rally car type stuff. This is the second CM's piece that I have, and both of the CM stuff I have are Lamborghinis. The other one is the Mio Exclusive. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Anyway, here is this one. Really, really cool looking Diablo. I really want a Kyosho Diablo, the standard Kyosho Diablo, so I will try to get one of those too. But it's got the headlamps are up. That's pretty awesome. That's a cool feature. They released this car, both versions, with the headlamps up and the headlamps down. It's got lens detail in the back. That's actually a lensed tail light there. Lots of little detail in this car. Side mirrors, which are probably pretty fragile. Not a huge fan of that, but we'll be careful with this guy. And then the wheels look great. Wheels and tires look great. They are rubber. Base is very plain, which is typical for this type of car, or not type of car, but type of diecast. The CM's diecast, Kyosho stuff, all have very, very plain bases, which really, you know, who really cares about the base, right? So there is that. I'm going to take some really awesome pictures of this and post this to Instagram for sure. And this one actually rolls pretty well. So there is that. And then super quick, we're going to bust into this Hot Wheels 5-pack, which I'm sorry, I should have just pre-opened it, but I didn't. I'm trying to rip this sucker open. This is the Surf's Up 5-pack. Actually, it's kind of been elusive in my area. It took me a while to find one. I think I found a couple of them, but the Beetle, the casting I really wanted, was kind of messed up in it. So here's the Mad Splash. Don't care about that. I'll give that one to my kid. The Jeep CJ. Kind of cool. This is the one I really wanted. The Volkswagen, custom Volkswagen Beetle. This is the version of the casting with the roof rack, which is not the one I prefer. I definitely like the one before it. A little better. Shark spotter. So that's kind of neat though. Add that to the VW collection. VW Caddy. Cool little truck casting. Surfboard in the back. Surf rescue, not surfboard, skateboard in the back. So there is that. And then you got the Chevy Nova station wagon, which is a pretty cool casting. Opened the super of that casting, I think, in last week's video. Beach Patrol Rescue, and I think this one looks pretty good. So, who doesn't like a wagon? Shout out to Paul Wooten. Check him out on YouTube, Wagon Wednesday. Alright, so there is that. Little 5-pack action. Next, let's get into some Johnny Lightning. We got this guy, the 1981 Chevy Citation X11. No idea when this came out, but it's definitely a Tomy era piece. It's on the small little card plastic base. This one does have rubber tires though. It actually has the same rims as the Datsuns. So, not a really good roller. Usually Johnny Lightnings are real good rollers. This one is not. I don't know, like the tires are sticking or what. But this is a pretty cool little casting. Does have an opening hood. I just think it's kind of a cool looking little car. So there's that. Plastic base, metal body, rubber tires with tread, fairly detailed plastic interior. And I think that little car looks kind of neat. So there's that, and then we'll get into some new Johnny Lightning. So this is Muscle Cars USA 2017 Release 4. One of the things that kind of irks me about this release is I noticed that there's only one car in the release that actually has rubber tires. All the other ones have plastic tires. Now, Johnny Lightning does do the plastic wheels, plastic two-piece wheels, probably better than anybody else would dare to do a plastic wheel. But it is kind of disappointing when you're paying, you know, $6 a car that you don't get a vehicle with rubber tires. So this one does not have rubber tires. These are plastic. But here's your Chevy Impala. Had to pick this up. I do have one other example of this casting in my collection that looks pretty cool, and it's got rubber tires. But had to pick this one up. It's just a car that I don't think, well, at least premium diecast wise, I don't think there's many out there. Or any, if that. So, pretty cool car. Really cool to add that one to the collection. And then moving on, we got the Corvette. So yeah, the one car in the series that had rubber tires I actually did not pick up. That was, what was that? That was the Dodge Super Bee Corvette. I did not pick that one up. Here's a Corvette. I think I have one version of this casting too. Although Round 2 does do a great job with these Johnny Lightning castings and adding a fair amount of detail to them. You know, that's the thing with Johnny Lightning is if you got lots of varying amount of detail depending on who owned the company at the time and all of that. Let's see if I can get this hood to open. This should open backwards, right? Yeah, I'm not going to get it past that point, I'm afraid to, because it's really fighting me. So we're just going to leave it as is. Assume it's got a motor under there. I'm sure it does, but so this is part of the Hot Rod Power Tour series. So this is someone's actual vehicle. So that is kind of a cool feature of this series. 3 out of the 6 cars are someone's actual car. So that is pretty neat. And here is this red Corvette. Looks pretty awesome. License plate. Pretty cool. I wonder if that's the actual plate number. Alright, so there's that. And then here is your 1955 Chevy 2-door sedan. This also is in the Hot Rod Power Tour, so this is actually someone's vehicle. And the Set A cars would actually be the actual color that the person had it in. Again, plastic tires. I do have one other example of this car also in my collection. Not this car, but this casting. And it is a cool one. It's a very, very nice one. Shake and bake. But again, plastic tires on this one as well. Like I said, I did not pick up the one that had the rubber tires on it. So, kind of a disappointment that they did that. This one, too, the hood is tight on this thing. So, I'm not even going to bother wasting any more time on that. But, pretty cool metallic roof. And then your, like, primer gray. The rest of the body's primer gray, and then your blue tinted windows. But I think that looks pretty awesome. So there is that guy. So there's the 3 Johnnies I picked up. And then we got the 2 Johnnies that I got in the mail. These Mio Exclusive ones. We've already cut open the package here. Here's this guy. Not the best Z casting that's out there. As my fellow YouTubers have pointed out, or, well, Heavy Metal 164 Travis, yeah, this wheel arch in the back is way too big. It's too bad, because other than that, this is a pretty well-detailed casting. It does not sport an opening feature. There's no opening hood or anything on this casting. But it looks really nice here in red and black. So I think I have all the versions of this, except for I think there's like some sort of like Toy Fair one or something coming out, or I don't know. I saw it on somebody's page. Well, at least all the variations of the newer one. I don't know about the older casting, but I will definitely look into it, because I do like it, and I'm a variation collector, as you guys have probably figured out. If I really like a casting, I do try to go after all the versions of it I possibly can. I just think they look neat displayed together, and so there it is. So here it is in gold and black. And I think it looks pretty good in gold and black too. Actually, I think though I prefer it in this red and black color. I think it looks a little bit better. So there are those two, and then finally, the last thing I've got to show you guys today is the Mio Exclusive Mustangs. So these are kind of cool, but they're kind of not cool at the same time. And the reason why I don't like them as much as I would like them is because they're using the old version of the headlight, which is just a silver headlight, and that's kind of sucks. And let me just grab one here, because I think I've got one handy up in this carny case. At least I hope I do. This shouldn't take me long to find. Let's see, you might as well grab the Ultra Red. I don't know, this isn't the Ultra Red, this is the regular, but whatever, you get the idea. So that's how the new headlight looks. That's how the old headlight looks. And for some reason they used just the straight paint style on that one, and I wish they would have done the newer style headlight. That would be much better. But California Highway Patrol, pretty cool. Safety, service, and security. Looks pretty good. The other thing that kind of irks me about this one is that they didn't add a light bar or anything. I thought it would be cool if they added a light bar, and they did not. And then one final gripe with these Mio Exclusives, and this seems to be I think all the Mio Exclusives aside from the Ford GT have this issue. They do not come with a little cardboard box, and to me that's actually quite disappointing. I wish the packaging did come with a little cardboard box that you could store the casting in if you needed to. Although I won't be storing mine in a box, still, I mean, that was kind of a cool feature that you'd be able to put it back in that little cardboard box with a little plastic insert and keep the casting safe from damage during storage or moving. So there that is. Okay, and then all of these then, so the other two are here's the shell livery one. So there's that guy right there. Pretty cool to see them do a racing livery for sure. Again, the headlamps are the basic style, and again, this does not come with a cardboard box. One thing it does come with that's pretty cool is it's got lettered tires that look really neat, yellow lettered tires. And I understand maybe they couldn't do the detail on the front to keep costs down, maybe because of all the other, graphics on it, or it could also just be because when these were actually in production, they didn't have that headlight tampo figured out, which is definitely possible, because I think the preview of these came out quite a long time ago, and the Ultra Reds of these, both of these actually look pretty awesome. I do not have them in my collection. They are on eBay from time to time, and they do go for way too much money, I think, especially since they're not as limited as some of the other stuff that Auto World puts out. And then this one probably is my favorite, the Texaco one. I just think it looks great in white, red, and black. Again, same deal with the headlights, and again, same deal with it not coming with a cardboard box, but still pretty cool to have. Definitely want the Ultra Reds in all three of these. So kind of goofy. They took this Mustang casting and did 3 MJ exclusives with it. Alright, so that's going to be it. That's the final video of the year, guys. Thank you a lot for all the support throughout 2017, and I'm definitely going to keep making them in 2018. Should be able to still put out one a week. So I think we put out 52 videos this last year. What episode am I on? I think this might be 82 overall. But really cool. So this, though, is definitely my favorite piece that I added to the collection. This week is this little Diablo, and I've got a Kyosho Lamborghini Countach coming in the mail, which I'm super pumped to get. Paid a little too much for it, but whatever. Alright, so there is that and all that. So thank you guys again very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Thank you much. Have a great New Year's celebration. Be safe out there. And hopefully you all have a prosperous 2018. Have a good one.